Good afternoon, everyone. By nice and warm, I hope. That's good. It's certainly an exciting day here in Winston-Salem as we're kicking off this first location here for the AT&T extra fast broadband that's coming into our city. And I'm just so delighted that Winston-Salem is one of your participating cities, and we're just delighted about that. I want to recognize Dr. Gary Green, president of Forsyth Technical Community College, who's been a strong proponent of this effort, as well as Mr. Gail Anderson, who's president of the Greater Winston-Salem Chamber of Commerce. Of course, our city manager is here, Lee Garrity, and assistant city manager Ben Rao, and our CIO Dennis Newman, and our chief administrative assistant there, Evans Raleigh, and lots of host of other city staff that are here, and glad that you are. You know, for Winston-Salem to be successful in the future, you know, we've been pushing ourselves as a knowledge-based community, but most recently we've been talking about our city becoming a city of that embraces innovation and rapid change. And certainly rapid change and information sharing can be enhanced by this broadband initiative here. And so certainly on behalf of City of Winston-Salem, Ms. Harrison, we are so grateful that AT&T has chosen us as one of your sites there, and we'll hear from her in just a moment. But glad you're here today as we cut the ribbon. I don't know, maybe we should email somebody or something. I don't know, or download a movie or something. I don't know, just to show it. But we're delighted. And of course, we're here in the Northeast Ward and Carl Russell Center, and I've been represented for many years by our Mayor Pro Tem and Council Member Vivian H. Burke. And I'd like to ask her to come forward and give comments, please.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Mayor. And in behalf of the City Council, I want you to know, Ms. Harrison, we're very productive. We're very progressive, and we get to be sort of aggressive. Because with a city manager who leads us in a way that's always, if it's a good idea, suggestions, let's move forward. And he makes sure the staff understands clearly what we want in this city as elected officials. The mayor introduced everybody, but he failed to introduce Mr. Piggott, and that's why these doors are open. Mr. Piggott, thank you so very much. This city of Winston-Salem is a place that I love to call home. When we travel around the country and we have people coming to our city, they always talk about what a good place to live, to bring families, to raise children. And if you look at our city, Ms. Harrison, I hope you've had a chance to, all downtown. I think one of the things the mayor worked hard was to get so you can do your internet downtown. And then when we had earlier, when we brought it here, and now today we're even going that much farther. Not long ago, our city was recognized. Tell us, Mr. Mr. Dennis, what were we recognized for?
The #1 digital city in the country. Hey.
And I am so pleased and happy that you're here today. And as my pastor spoke this morning, he talked about friendship, enemies, and friend-enemy. Something like that he said. And you don't know where your friend-enemy is, but you do know where your enemy, and you do know where your friends are. So we want you to know that to the folks who work hard, to Dr. Green for working so hard, to Ms. Anderson for working so hard, how much we appreciate what you do, and especially to you, Ms. Harrison, for what you do with AT&T. We're grateful, and may God continue to bless all of us and all of the people who use this facility. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Burke. A lot of folks have been laboring in the vineyards of this for years, and of course John Bomey, our next speaker, has been working on it for many years with Winston Ed, and working so in close collaboration with Dennis Newman to make all this happen here in Winston-Salem. So it's my pleasure to call on John Bomey, who is now head of North Carolina Next Generation Network. So a lot of exciting things going on around the state, and John's involved with all of that, and we're glad you're here in Winston-Salem.
Well, thank you very much. I am one of the members of 10 institutions that represent the Next Generation Network. This is really a great day, and I'm going to give you a little bit of understanding of symmetry of this particular building and what it means to us in many ways, not only in the past decade, but as of today. This is great to have this collaborative relationship with AT&T and our community, the deployment of state-of-the-art technologies based on fiber optic platform. It certainly ensures our residents and business the opportunities of advanced technologies as to promote economic development, improve local government services, and reduce the digital divide. This same fiber optic infrastructure is very important because it can be utilized to conduct research within the collaboratories across the country as well as across the world and advancement of innovation. Having this inaugural event at the Carl H. Russell Senior Recreation Center is very special, as I mentioned earlier. It signifies an ongoing progressive attitude of our community in promoting the understanding that available technology resources must be available for all of our residents for personal success and economic development. This long-term commitment can be traced back to June 12, 2003 at the same location. Winston-Net, as Mayor Joines just mentioned, is a nonprofit entity consisting of all education and government entities in our community. And we inaugurated this facility, and who dedicated it was our council member Vivian Burke in 2003 as the first lab of about 40+ labs that gives free internet training and technology resources to any resident in our community. We now have hotspots in all these labs. We have the ability through Microsoft to have email addresses, all the Microsoft productivity suites up in the cloud, so a child, a student, an individual can go anywhere in the country, reach up to the cloud and get their resources and bring them back down. It's just a terrific opportunity. And also, this is all volunteers, and over the last few years, we have been producing about 20,000 training hours per year to our residents of this fair city. Today, we are again continuing this evolution by embracing the new gigabit hour opportunities provided by AT&T. How did we get here? In early December in 2010, Blair Levin, who gave me a call and asked if we would be interested in a new endeavor with other research universities in the country. Blair, prior to that, had a role in the FCC, and he developed the National Broadband Plan that was mandated by Congress in the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. This plan outlined a strategy for achieving affordability and maximizing use of broadband to advance consumer welfare, civic participation, public safety, homeland security, and community development. After the establishment of this plan, Blair then took it on himself to create a coalition of research universities to reach out to their respective communities where innovation typically lies, and to come forth with this new consortium called GigU. And this is where over 30 universities and their respective communities have come together, starting in the latter part of 10 into 2011 and 2012, to come to a common cause to figure out ways to bring in high-speed gigapower types of networks to the communities. It was a very lofty goal, but our leaders of our communities, led by Mayor Joines, Councilmember Burke, Lee Garrity, along with Wake Forest University leaders John McConnell and Nathan Hatch, we said we need to do it, and we did. So we found out, though, that we were not the only one in the state, that our colleagues down east, Duke, Chapel Hill, and State, had also agreed to participate in this GigU forum. After a number of months and considerations, we all decided, the 4 universities decided to reach out with our 6 respective municipalities to create the North Carolina Next Generation Network. So we were under the umbrella of GigU, but yet we felt like we would be most powerful and successful by coming together within the state. So let me just pause here for just a second and ask you to think about what we just did. 4 universities working together during football and basketball season and continuing to get along, as well as 6 municipalities spread throughout the state. 10 institutions coming together to figure out how we could do this together, and we did. On February 1 in 2013, NC Engine issued an RFP inviting 1 or more private companies to build and operate the desired networks. On April 8th, 2014, the steering committee of the North Carolina Next Generation Network unanimously and enthusiastically approved a resolution recommending that its members seek authorization to enter into a master network agreement with AT&T. That is why we are here today, to recognize our new partner, to continue our efforts to enhance the opportunities for our community and be a leader for the state and ensure our residents and businesses are able to enjoy the benefits of these advanced technologies so as to promote economic development, improve local government services, including access for anchor institutions, and reduce the digital divide. What a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, John, and thank you for all your hard work in pulling together that consortium, as well as the work you've done here in Winston. Well, it's now time to hear from the lady of the hour, basically, the reason we're here. So we're so delighted to have the president of AT&T North Carolina, Vanessa Harrison, in our city.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you, Mayor Joines, Mayor Pro Tem Burke, the city of Winston-Salem, Mr. Boehm. Thank you all, and certainly the staff of the Carl H. Russell Senior Community Center for hosting this event today. I would really like to commend the North Carolina Next Generation Network for your shared vision, and with the understanding that high-speed broadband, and I mean fast broadband, it is very critical to the future prosperity of our state residents. We cannot live without it anymore. We announced last year that AT&T was bringing internet speeds up to 1 gigabit to Winston-Salem and other communities in the network, Next Generation Network. And not only was I excited, but I was so proud to be able to return back to this city with a product of this caliber. I would tell you, Dr. Burke, we are friends with the city of Winston-Salem. And we thank you all, especially Mayor Joines and the whole City Council, for providing a public policy environment that encourages this type of investment and innovation. We could not do it alone, so I think this is a wonderful partnership, and again for the North Carolina Next Generation Consortium for having that vision to be able to pursue this type of deployment and product. We're very proud to be a part of this. You know, the marketplace is just clamoring right now for faster internet, so it's professionally satisfying to provide a cutting-edge service that allows our users. I was talking to one of the young ladies back here earlier about bringing this service here. It allows you to be able to download 25 songs in less than a second, a high-definition movie in 36 seconds. That's fast. but it's also personally fulfilling to be able to deliver this service to the Carl H. Russell Community Center. I understand the impact that the center and others like it have had on the neighborhoods and families and individual lives of this community. On a personal note, I know that my mother, who passed at 87, used to attend a community center like this in Raleigh. And so I know that the impact that it have on your community here. With internet speeds up to 1 gigabit, let's just look at some of the opportunities that type product and that type speed provides. Students collaborating on projects. I was speaking to the gentleman back here about how the high school is right close to here and the students come over here. This provides them an opportunity to collaborate on projects with their peers in other regions across the country. Patients communicating with physicians face to face without having to leave to go to the doctor's office. There are options that can enrich and improve the lives, and they are all possible right now. Our imagination cannot go far enough to pass this type of service that we're having. So we're very happy to be here. Thank you all for hosting us. We really appreciate the partnership that we have with the city of Winston-Salem, and we hope to continue to do even greater things. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ms. Harrison, and again, on behalf of our 237,000 citizens who are going to eventually all hopefully benefit from this, we're so grateful. And you're right, it's a great place to begin it right here at the Carl H. Russell Community Center.